miniskirts? What's wrong with hot pants? I mean,
well, see, this is a European design thing, but righteous people, you go to Saudi Arabia and tell a woman to put on miniskirt. Go to Zaire, Africa, and have the women put on short dresses. They'd be fine. They're locked up. Go to Pakistan, or go to all throughout black Islamic Muslim countries. Number one, I have a wife and she's walking around with a skirt up to here, and then what's happening? Well, why do I want everybody to see her? What's the man? I mean, people looking and winking, they lusting for her, all kind of freaks and no good people on the streets. Why do I want my wife? She can't bend over because the panties show if the wind blow. Well, horses show the behind. Cows and animals and mules. Human beings don't walk around out. Savages walking around with their behinds out. And my wife's behind ain't for every man to look at.
Now, this is fire because this is Muhammad Ali in an old interview. I guess the interviewer asked him about, you know, his woman dressing in a provocative manner. And he's saying, why do I want to have my woman dressed like that? Like, I'm walking out with my woman, she's half dressed, and you can see up her skirt. You got all kind of weird people and freaks looking. And when she bend down, you see her behind and see her underwear. Like, my wife ain't no animal. Animals are naked. Why I even want to present my woman like that? Which I totally agree with. And it just shows you how far this society has dropped, and particularly black society, as far as how we present our women as men and how what we think is presentable as men. Like, it's one point, it's one thing to say to a woman, like, this is how you should present yourself. It's another thing as a man to say it, and that's what you want, right? Because 9 times out of 10, if you are a strong man, you are going to, your woman is going to want to please you. She's not going to want to be seen. And if she loves you, she doesn't want to embarrass you. You know what I mean? She wants to respect your wishes. But I see a lot of times where men, and particularly, it's not necessarily just black men, but I'm talking to black men, where men don't care how their women or their daughters look. When you should check them at the door, man. That's real love and that's real protection. Especially in the times that we live in. We living in some terrible times right now, where you got all type of, sex trafficking and women coming up missing. And so you should want for your woman to look good. I'm not saying for your woman not to look good. What I'm saying is being half naked. It's no point. Why? Nowadays, you just turn on your social media and it's women all up and down the feed.
You understand? So it makes a lot of sense. So how can I protect my woman if I'm walking down the street, she's half naked, and some sadist run up and grab her? Hell, I shouldn't have put out there. If I got merchandise I want to sell, I put them.
Damn, he said, how am I going to protect my woman if she half naked and somebody grab her? Now I gotta fight for my life because my woman is half naked. Look, Muhammad Ali, I don't believe, in Islam or nothing like that, but Muhammad Ali is dropping jewels in this interview about how to conduct yourself as a woman and why would you as a man want your woman to look like that unless you just don't love her like that. Maybe she's just a sexual object to you. Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's a sexual object to you.
If I got merchandise I want to sell, I put them in the window for you to see. So if I want my wife, why do I want everybody to see my wife? What's private? What's mine? Everybody looking at her. Which means what's wrong with it? How can you have a wife or somebody you love? Anything God made precious, nature hides it. You cannot find diamonds easy. You have to dig and dig and dig. Then you got to work to clean them. You cannot. You cannot find. Listen. You cannot find gold. Everything God made valuable, He made it hard to get. Pearls, rubies, and ain't my all. You have to dig, and half the time you don't strike. Everything God created that was valuable, He made it hard to get to. Ain't my woman more important than some diamonds and some oil and some gold when she's the field which produced my sons and daughters? Why should she walk around all nude in all of these design clothes? Her breasts is out. She's on the beach wearing clothes that show more than her panties when she goes.
Man, he's cooking. He was cooking. Everything that is precious is hard to find. Gold, diamonds. You know what I mean? Isn't my woman more precious than that? She's going to be the one that's going to birth my sons and daughters. Why does she got to have her breast all out at the beach and have her be in an outfit where she's wearing less at the beach than before she's about to go to bed? That's bars right there. I don't care what nobody say, man. And that just shows you how far we done came in our thinking, man, following this society. I'm gonna go into that later about, like, are we born this way? It's clearly we wasn't, right? Clearly we started to take on the things of the society. We started to agree with a lot of things they were saying that was okay in society back then. And even now you can see we agree with all the alternative lifestyles and whatever they got going on in society. As a man, why would you want your woman half naked? Why would you want your woman exposed to the world and every Tom, Dick, and Harry can see her as a man? Do you actually even love the woman? Or is she a sexual object? Is she just a sexual object and she's just a trophy woman to where somebody can see her and look at you and give you praise for the half naked woman you got? Okay, I understand. But for men that actually love their women and love their wives, why would you put them out there like that? Why would you why would you allow your daughter to dress like that? Sometimes I see brothers and sisters, posting their daughters and stuff, like maybe they graduated or something, or maybe they're going to a prom or something like that, and their breasts is all out. They half naked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, yeah, it's that's a milestone, but damn, what are you teaching them about, modesty and how to, excuse me, you can still be beautiful with your clothes on. We talk a lot about 304s and we talk about the way women dress and all of that. Women wouldn't dress like that if they wasn't trying to impress men. Women wouldn't be 304s if it wasn't for men that will give a 304 the time of day. Maybe if a women, saw a man and then she came up to him and seen that men are not even paying attention to her being half naked and they're paying attention to the woman that has her clothes on, maybe she'll say, well, dang, maybe I need to put some clothes on. Maybe I need to dress a little more sophisticated and classy. You see, that starts with us, because a woman is trying to get our attention. Women don't dress the way they dress to get attention from other women. At least I don't think they do. You know what I mean? In general, I don't think they do. And I'm gonna give y'all a little story though. One time I remember meeting this sister. We went out. Well, we worked together, right? And we went out somewhere. We went to like someplace. Anyway, when we finally met up, she had on like a sports jacket, right? Like a sports jacket, but a blouse under it, like a tight blouse. But the blouse was like showing all her cleavage in what you call it? We call it the front butt. It was like all from up here all the way down here. And I'm looking because it was displeasing. I'm looking like, bruh. And she's like, what? Like it's too low. I was like, yeah, looks a little too low. And she simply fixed her shirt to where it wasn't showing any cleavage. And I was like, damn, that was simple by just, letting it be known. I think that it should be up higher. The point is that women do feel shame. They do feel shame. They do get the point. And a lot of times women have never even had a man in their life that would care about something like that, meaning how you display yourself to the world. So once again, that goes back to the men, the fathers, to be on their daughters, to instruct them the right way and what is appropriate.